Hello, everybody. My name is Reggie. I want to introduce myself and talk about what I'm going to be doing. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be teaching people how to, you folks, how to cook while we talk about life lessons. Like today, I won't be interviewing anybody who can tell you about the mountains that they climb to get to the point in life where they are now, or how they've handled situations in life to correct things that weren't going right, or how they analyze different things that's going on in their life to make them things come out better. So I'm going to be making some meatball mozzarella sticks. That's what I'm going to be doing for you today. And what I'm going to do is first I'm going to start off by putting some ground pork and ground beef into the bowl. Then I'll be sprinkling in some onions. And I like green peppers and yellow peppers and red peppers and all that kind of thing, so I'm going to throw some of that in. Yes. And of course the recipe calls for some breadcrumbs. This ground beef and pork, ground pork, is like it's the meatloaf. If you went to the supermarket and you brought a packet of ground beef and ground pork, it would be what I brought was the meatloaf, and that's some parsley. I got to throw in some oregano here. It calls for some crushed red peppers, not too many because everybody doesn't eat hot stuff. And then I love to top off the things that I'm cooking with my own special ingredients, and that's some honey garlic. Oh, speaking of garlic seasoning, so it does call for some garlic. Trust me, it's looking fabulous already, and it already smells good. It smells delicious. So, and some garlic. Oh, I got some brown sugar bourbon here. Some of those spices. I'm gonna throw a little bit of that in there. Ooh. Oh, I love obey, so I'll throw a little pinch of obey in there. And I got the oregano. I got the crushed red peppers, and also some eggs. Now, here comes the clean hands. Clean hands to mush this stuff up and put it together. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh my goodness, just to look at it, the combination of the spices and all that kind of stuff, you can tell that this is going to be fabulous when it's cooked, when it comes out. So of course I'm mixing it very well with my hands. Yeah. And on top of that, this isn't, well, we're going to see that it's not going to take that long to put this together. So now we have it mixed. Even though my hands is going back in there, it's just such a mess because it's so now I'm going to take it and I'm going to put some in my hand and flatten it out like this. See how I'm flattening it out? I'm flattening it out, and because remember these are meatball mozzarella sticks, so then I take a stick of mozzarella, and with the stick of mozzarella I put it in the middle and I engulf it with the hamburger. And I'm going to do all kinds of tricks to make it so that the cheese is not really coming out. Oh my goodness, these are like my meatballs. When I make my meatballs, I call them brontosaurus burgers because they're so big. So this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to set this to the side. That's one. Let's go and do another one. We're going to do this until we have, I think this is about a pound of, this is a pound of the ground pork and the ground beef. Another mozzarella stick. And again, engulf the mozzarella stick with the ground beef. Now this, because it's not making a million of these, but what it's doing is making it so that a person doesn't need to eat no more than one, especially if you put something else on the menu, like some French fries or something like that. So we're going to, okay. So, oh my goodness, these look, they look different. They look fantastic. So, okay, again, we're going to get this together by just patting them out in my hand and putting the mozzarella stick in there, and then again engulfing it with the meat so that none of it is sticking out. Now this is going to be dumped into flour and egg white, egg wash and breadcrumbs. Even though I put breadcrumbs in it when I was mixing it together, it's still going to get breadcrumbs, get dipped into breadcrumbs. So far, so good. And I'm telling you, it's not even cooked, and it smells fantastic. It smells wonderful, and it's not even cooked, because I can smell all the different seasonings that I put in there, and the onions and the green peppers and the garlic, all that kind of stuff. Just flattening it in my hand, and then sticking a mozzarella stick in there. Man, this with some scalloped potatoes, oh my goodness, I bet you that would just do it. But this, and I'm doing this, and it's, again, you see it already, it's not taking me a long time to put this together, to put this together. And this is for folks who think they don't know how to cook, but you'll find out that this is not a difficult meal to make. What did it take me, 3 minutes or something to put it into the bowl with mixed the concoctions, of course, because you season it according to your taste, or the taste you would think that your guests, like your guests might not like onions, who want to eat onions, so you wouldn't put onions in. But these have onions in it, and they smell fantastic. Look at this. Oh my goodness. This is the first time that I'm making these, so I'm really in awe about how I have them looking, and I'm just, doing this like this. Now, I have a little bit left, because I have enough to make one more, and just a pinch of something left, because they're big. They're big. And this, I don't even know if this has taken 10 minutes so far yet. I don't think it has. Because the point of when I do this, I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be interviewing people, and because And I still want to give you instructions on how to fix something, and whoever I have as a guest too, I want them to have instructions on how to fix something too, prepare something. So, OMG. Let me put that. Oh my goodness, I got a guest already, and I ain't even asked for nobody. But look what I got going on here. Can you see these? These are going to be delicious. So I'm going to wash my hands and answer the door. So just all right, guys. That was just the delivery guy. So we see. Oh, let's go over here. Yes, people are always conscious about cleanliness, so we have to be on top of things like that. Now, the next phase of this is the flour. I have some all-purpose flour. Let's stack this stuff and move it out of the way. I have another angle, so you will be able to see what I'm doing here. So again, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure they're all packed like this, and I've rolled it into the flour. I rolled it into the flour. Again, I have another angle, so which you will be seeing. And like I said, what I'm going to be doing is Reggie's CookedN2LifeLessons. And what I want to do is we want to talk about things that go on in people's lives. And again, I think I mentioned it now that I'm saying it again, that and find resolutions. You know, from folks, some of my guests, they'll be, because really, people's situations are, we all go through the same kind of things, I'll put it like that. We all do. And so somebody went through something that we can find a solution to help you. And, you know, even if it's not about the conversation, it could be about what we're cooking. Now, because I'm by myself, and I wanted the first program for you to get an understanding of what I mean. I wanted the first program to be about grieving. I wanted to talk about grieving because, especially during these times, you know, everybody's following the news and all that kind of stuff, and people are losing loved ones, and especially if that's the only person you've been living with for the last 10, 15 years, and you don't know what to do with yourself. You feel like you don't know what to do with yourself. And you need someone to talk to, or you need to hear something about your situation so that you can say, oh, that works for me. I should try that. That's what this program is going to be about, along with the cooking. Now, this is what it looks like once they've been dumped in the flour. Now, after the flour, we're going to dip them into the egg wash. I do have an egg wash here. After the egg wash, then we'll go into the breadcrumbs. Now, what I'm going to do, because I didn't want the oil to be cooking prior to too much far ahead, but we wanted to get hot. So I'm putting some corn oil into the pot. And I put that on kind of like a medium fire. I put that on a medium fire. So now we're going to go, I'm going to bring out another plate so I can sit this separately. And again, really, it's not taking forever. It's not taking long to do this. So now I'm putting it in the egg wash, rolling it around in the egg wash. Then I'm dipping it in the breadcrumbs, and just like I did with the flour, getting the breadcrumbs all over it. There you go. That's one. Let me move this over here just a little bit so you can see what I got going on here. Into the egg wash. Into the breadcrumbs. OMG. This is looking like I know what I'm doing. But I am truly a novice. So don't think that you can't do this. And like I said, how I got into cooking, I don't know how I got into cooking, because what I've been doing for the last 20 some years is running a Stop the Violence program in the city of Camden. My brother started it, a basketball tournament to stop the violence, to change people's perception of what they thought about the folks in Camden. So when he passed away, he started it in 1995, and when he passed away, suddenly, but kind of not suddenly, because he got sick. He died from pulmonary embolism. And at the time, it wasn't something that everybody knew about. So he was being misdiagnosed. And so he wasn't being treated, getting the proper treatment. And then suddenly he passed away. As I said, he was misdiagnosed. Was I angry? Yes. Was I supposed to go shoot up the hospital? No. Why not? I'm angry. People get angry. My loved one passed away. Well, he was a loved one. And he loved me, and I loved him. And revenge or that wasn't what he was about. He wouldn't get angry in that way. When things were going on, if it wasn't right, from what we were taught to enlighten people, and that's what he would have wanted me to do. And because he meant so much to me, and I wanted the world to know that he was a great, kind, and gentle person. So what I did was I took up the mantle of the work that he had started. We had already been working together because we were very close. So I took up the mantle of the work that he started, and because I wanted to give him a legacy. I didn't want people to forget who he was or about him. There's people that didn't even know him, but I wanted to teach them about him, about kindness, love, and community. Look at this. I rolled them in the egg wash. Then I rolled them in the breadcrumbs. Now they're ready to go into the fryer, the hot grease. Now I know I have a tool here that I've seen that I can use to drop them in. So we're going to hold on for a second. I'm going to get something and check the oil. So please give me a second. The grease, the oil is still warming up. So let me finish talking about how I chose to do the right thing so that my brother LG could have a legacy, and that people can understand when you love someone and you lose them, that they leave a part of their life with you. And if you want to tell the world how important or how much that love meant to you, then you give back to the world. And that's what LG would have wanted me to do. But I lost more than LG. I lost my brother Ronald. I lost my sister Rosalind, that was Ronald's twin. And I lost my twin sister. Then I lost my father. But with all that loss, and because they all loved me, it was about teaching love to other people. Teaching love and how to think about the different situations and to get the best out of all these situations. You know, to analyze them. Because for a minute there, I didn't even have time to grieve over my brother, over his death, because I didn't want what he had started to fall off. So and because, like I said, of our partnership, me and his partnership, what he was teaching me, not knowing that it was my destiny, it was going to be my destiny to continue his work, and he just pulled me in. He just kept pulling me in. I'm out there living life for Frawley, doing everything, working as a professional photographer. Everything was going great, making a little bit of money. This was when film was the thing, and they hired professional photographers all the time, making money, but able to help my brother and willing and wanting to help him. And then his sudden death, when it seems like he didn't have to be dead. He didn't have to die. But I didn't get angry over it. All I thought about was how good and kind he was to me, and the lessons he was teaching me about changing the world through nonviolence. And LG, Larry Gaines, Stop the Violence, Camden, New Jersey. He has a legacy. I wanted him to have a legacy. Then when my brother Ronald died, I was already doing something. I'm already doing something when my twin sister died. I'm already doing the Larry Gaines Stop the Violence when my sister Rosalind passed away. I'm already doing the Larry Gaines Stop the Violence when my father passed away. So what do? I mean, I'm doing so much. It's taking so much time. It's consuming so much time to do the Larry Gaines Stop the Violence. It's taking so much of my personal money, you know. and the work that I have to do in the city of Camden to try to get people to understand that they can change their lives through education and to think about living a nonviolent lifestyle. That's what I was doing. But then I come home and I cook. But I wasn't the cook. My brother Ronald was the cook. And I've been cooking for a few years now. But I never thought that, I've been posting pictures on Facebook and people been enjoying them, but I never thought of what I could do to show that I love my brother too. Then I came up with this idea. I'm going to show people how to cook something while I'll interview somebody to talk about resolutions and how to resolve issues in life. So I'm combining the love and the love that has been left in me through my brothers, my grandmother, my sisters. That is to make the world a better place by doing the best that I can. So I'm going to share meals with you, show you how to fix a meal in honor of Ronald, but talk about making a difference in the world the way that LG did me. By helping me, talking to me about how to resolve issues, conflict resolutions. Just because you're mad at somebody, you don't go run and grab a gun. You don't get to fighting in the streets. Shoot, yes, if you have to leave, leave. If you have to defend yourself, defend yourself. Call the police. There are other ways to solve problems without killing somebody, without stealing. There are resources out there that you can use. There's a lot of different things that you can do that self-improve. And self-improve is the mindset that you have to want to be better. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop these meatball mozzarella sticks into the hot grease. Then I'm going to come back at you. Well, they're out of the grease. They're out of the grease. This is what I present to you. These meatball mozzarella sticks. Now, also, I have some cocktail sauce, some mayonnaise, some barbecue sauce, some ketchup. Ooh, I know what I need. I could just take the whole thing and dip it in there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it open. OMG. Look at this. Look at that. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Oh my goodness, I definitely have to take a picture of that. And I'm going to conclude this first episode of Cooked into Life Lessons by Reggie Gaines. Thank you, folks. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Ooh. Thank you. See you guys next time. on Reggie's Cooked into Life Lessons. Thank you.